Hello, I'm Will Short, and this is my beautiful wife, Jodi Short. If you're watching this video, you've got some interest in the ordinary to extraordinary experience. And so this is an introductory video to Jodi and I, and to the S.P.R.I.N.T acronym and the O2E experience. Jodi and I have been together for almost 30 years, married for almost 30 years, and we have been coaching and mentoring couples for the last 10 years. And over that time, we've come to find that there's a lot of things that work in relationships. Looking at our relationship and looking at other couples' relationships, we found that there are a lot of things that are very similar. And so we started coming up with some things that were kind of universal and basically a foundation of a great marriage, and a marriage in which every day isn't that ordinary day. We wake up in the morning and we're serving each other, and we're making our relationship stronger and having fun and enjoying life and having a great marriage. And it's the most important relationship that we have. So now I'll have Jodi talk a little bit about our mission through O2E.
So our mission is to make the world a better place, one couple at a time. It's about helping to try and create thriving and healthy relationships.
One of the other things that I think happens when we start talking to couples is there's some fear. Fear of, hey, I don't want to go into counseling. I don't want a psychologist evaluating me and my relationship and what's this going to be about. I think for the most part, Jodi and I are the most transparent in this process. And what we find most couples asking themselves when they start this process is, is it something that can we do this? Are we ready to do this? We're doing all right without having to talk about our relationships. And, we tried something like this before, but it didn't work. Or it cost too much. I don't want to put any money into this. Or that's not what we're about. We don't do these type of things. We're fine. Or some people it just won't work. It just won't help us. And what I've found working the last 10 years with couples is that we found that it does work. It does help. And when you're intentional about your relationships, and when you put yourself around couples that are trying to be very intentional, you all up level together. And so,
well, we talked about this. It's like when you surround yourself, you're the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. And it's the same thing with couples and relationships. The 5 couples or the couples that you do surround yourself with, when they up level, you up level. Surround yourself with power couples.
So Jodi, why don't you give them a little overview of what S.P.R.I.N.T stands for?
Oh, definitely. So S.P.R.I.N.T, the acronym that we use, we took each one of these letters and made them stand for, like Will was saying, different themes or ideas that we think are critical or crucial for a healthy, thriving relationship or marriage. So I'll just kind of go through and describe, let you know what each of the letters stand for, and just briefly have a little description about that as well. So with S.P.R.I.N.T, our S stands for spiritual intimacy. And when we talk about intimacy, we talk about being truly seen, known, and connected to your partner. So for spiritual intimacy, it's being seen, known, and connected to your partner on a spiritual level. The P in S.P.R.I.N.T stands for physical intimacy. And just like you would imagine, being physical or affectionate with your partner. The R in S.P.R.I.N.T stands for recreation. And when we talk about recreation, we talk about being active together or finding things that you love to do and doing them together. So then comes our I. And with I, that stands for interpersonal communication. And just as all of us are pretty aware, they talk about communication is the key to a healthy relationship. So we go over communication. The N in S.P.R.I.N.T stands for nutrition and well-being. When we talk about nutrition and well-being, we talk about not only our physical health, but our social health and our emotional health as well. It's about falling in love with caring for yourself first. And then our T, we come to our T, and our T is another acronym. But when T stands alone, it stands for team. And we talk about your partner being your teammate in the game of life. But T also then stands for time, education, attitude, and last but not least, money. So we kind of go through and explain each of those with our team.
I've spent a lifetime in sports, and team is so important in your relationship and being the best version of yourself, and then, of course, making your spouse better. And so, like what you heard, here's Jodi to give you some options on how maybe we can dive in a little bit further.
Yeah. So what we have done in the past is that we have, and we're happy to personalize any of these to you, but we have done how O2E kind of started is we've done small group settings where we've done some O2E experiences where there's been 3 or 4 couples and we've had
lots of fun. Just a blast.
So much fun. Where Will and I are the only ones that actually promise to be transparent and vulnerable. But what happens is as we've come together,
tends to be everybody sharing a little bit, and it's a lot of fun, and there's obviously no pressure to ever share.
No, but we learn from each other. Mm-hmm. And so it's been fantastic, amazing couples that we have met, and that we've done face to face, which we truly enjoy, and we do that over 4 or 5 week period. The other things that we have the option of doing is one-on-one. So we are more than happy to personalize it with you and your partner or your spouse, where we can do one-on-one and we can do virtual, where we use Zoom, or we can, when things kind of open up, we can do person-to-person one-on-ones as well.
Seems to be when we've done the one-on-ones, those relationships get really, really close, and we end up having bonds that we still have friends that we see and talk to all the time about. We started out in O2E and now we're just friends, and we talk about stuff and talk about relationships. So it's a great experience for us and for them.
Well, it is. And I think even on so many of those O2E, once you become part of the O2E family, we will support and love on your relationship or your marriage forever. So the other options that we do have is we do some workshops where we might take one of our single letters, maybe it's P, maybe it's physical intimacy, and we just more of a big group setting where we will just talk on physical intimacy and have some activities and things to do with just one of the letters in S.P.R.I.N.T. And then now also what we had decided, because so many different people had asked us about what about something online. So we decided to come up with an online course.
The online course from the Short household. It's awesome.
Where we have different, like 6 different modules is what it is, and we are going to go ahead and go through each of the letters. We will have activities that you go ahead and do as well, and that there's some accountability there, but we'll go through each of those letters, have a video series and some activities that you do as well.
So if any of this sounds like something you want to be a part of, go ahead and make contact with us and join the Ordinary to Extraordinary family.
Absolutely. We have contact information right on our website, O2ESprint.com, or if you're here right now, where you can send us an email, a contact, and we're more than happy. We'll get back to you within 24 hours for you. And then otherwise, you can follow us on Instagram, or, we have a small private Facebook group, O2E Sprinters. You can DM us or send us a private message, and we are more than happy to make contact.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.